Hello everyone and welcome to my Star Wars Battlefront 2 official Starfighter Assault gameplay trailer reaction. Oh my god, that was long-winded, wasn't it? Anyway, so yes, we have a new trailer for Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the Starfighter Assault mode, and doesn't it look exciting? It really does. It's a minute and a half of absolute glory. It really is. There's a lot going on, so shall we have a talk about some of the things which are going on? So, right off the bat, over the course of the first thing that is apparent from watching the whole trailer is the inclusion of all three eras. So it's not focusing on a specific era. We've got the classic, we've got prequel, and we've got the new era, and including ships from all three of those eras, like exclusive ships. So you've got like the standard X-Wing, you've got Poe Dameron's X-Wing, and then of course the precursor to the X-Wing, which you see in Episode 3. But also, so finally confirmed, we have Darth Maul's fighter. I think it was, I can't remember if it was confirmed or not, but it was, if not, it was hinted at that Darth Maul's Starfighter would be making an appearance. On top of that, now this has completely come out of left field, and that's Yoda flying a ship. What's that about? That's random. Didn't see that coming, but I like it. I do. I think it's really cool. Yeah, completely. Didn't see that coming at all. But it'd be interesting to see how that all pans out. Not plans out, pans out. You know what I mean. So yeah, we've got some new ships as well. I say new ships, as in the Battlefront game. Like in the last Battlefront, we didn't have Y-wings, and now it looks as if we've got Y-wings in there, and they look like you can fly them. So that's exciting. And there's a couple of new designs as well, particularly on Kamino. Looked as if there was a new kind of design for a ship, which was not too dissimilar from the Y-wing, I don't think. Speaking of Kamino, we've got I've got to look at some new maps as well. So we've got Endor, and Fondor. It sounds like fucking Hobbit names, doesn't it? Or the dwarf names. So yeah, we already knew about Fondor, an Imperial shipyard, and obviously Endor, but something that we haven't seen before in the games, and that's after the destruction of the second Death Star. So that's going to be really, really cool to play. But obviously, Fondor was announced not too long ago. As I said, it's an Imperial shipyard, and of course we've got Kamino. Obviously, we already knew that Kamino was going to be in the game, but this is our first proper look at it, and it looks good, doesn't it? It looks really, really good. And the thing about the maps as well, which I really like, is they're not just the maps in the original Battlefront, the Fighter Squadron ones. They were all pretty much the same thing, just a different backdrop. It was literally just the same thing, apart from the even to a certain degree the battle station modes, like the fighter aspect of that it was all a bit samey. Whereas these, they look as if they've got a bit more character to them. They've got things that are iconic and unique to themselves, so it doesn't look as if it's a copy and paste job, which is very good. That's probably one of my big complaints about Fighter Squadron from the first game, is that the maps were all a bit copy and paste. So that's good to see. But perhaps the most important aspect of all of this is the gameplay. And obviously we had a sort of a combination of gameplay and cinematic stuff as well, but it was all using the Frostbite engine, I believe it is. So it all does tie together nicely, but you did sort of get glimpses of actual what looks like gameplay footage without like obviously the HUD and all that. And I think it's beautiful in a way that George Lucas still has some influence or impact or direction, even, as it were, in the Star Wars universe, because the one thing I would describe the gameplay is faster and more intense. We all know that George Lucas loves it faster and more intense. I didn't want to make it weird, but I kind of started doing it and decided just to go with it. So that's fine. Take from that what you will. You heard it here first. George Lucas likes it faster and more intense. Okay, let's get off of that, because that's just weird. But yeah, the gameplay, it looks more fluid. It was a bit sort of slow and a bit a bit ropey as well in the original Battlefront. You kind of steer and then it take about 2 weeks to to turn around, and it felt a bit clunky. I mean, it was fluid to a degree, but it just felt very slow and laboured. That's probably the best way to describe it. Whereas this looks, it looks really intuitive. Like I can imagine you whack like the stick left, and you're literally taken like to where you want to go. It just looks like there's more of a sense of urgency about it, and like the explosions going off and like all the blaster fire and everything. It looks like these matches are going to be far more intense than they were in the previous game, and that's a good thing, because I think that's what was really lacking from Fighter Squadron. Is it felt empty, I think is a good way to describe it. It was good. I enjoyed it. I did like Fighter Squadron, but I think it was the weakest game mode in the original. So it's good that they've taken on board what people are saying, and they're delivering something which is going to be a bit more true to the films, I guess, in the sense of that there's so much going on, and it's going to make for some epic matches. So yeah, that's the trailer. Didn't expect that. I mean, it was probably announced that they were going to be dropping a trailer, but I'm completely out of the loop. I mean, this is the first time I played Battlefront in ages. I mean, I specifically recorded this gameplay to do this video, so I completely out of the loop. So this was a nice little surprise, and it's got me all excited again for Battlefront 2. So great stuff. Really, really enjoyed this trailer. I've watched it quite a few times now already, and I'm probably going to watch it about 150 million more times now, because it's really good, and I'm really excited for the game. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there for today. So let me know in the comments what you think about this trailer. Did you like the inclusion of Yoda, and did you not? How did you feel about that? That was a big surprise. And let me know what you think about like the maps and the gameplay in general. We'll be interested to hear your thoughts on that. And as ever, guys, don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and if you want to see more, hit subscribe. That'd be lovely. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.